Continuing with Arrhenius equation, log K2 by K1 equals to EA upon 2.03 R T2 minus T1 upon T1 T2. Class, you know everything, but problematic will be EA. So what is EA? EA is your activation energy. So what is this activation energy? You will come to know in coming notes. So next heading is energy changes in the reactions. First we are going to take exothermic, then followed by endothermic. Let us consider a reaction A giving me B. Class, here we are plotting energy and here progress of reaction. Since the reaction is exothermic, what does it mean? It means in due process the energy has been released. This level is called threshold energy. Class, remember what is threshold energy? It is the minimum amount of energy required by the molecules to enter into the reaction. I repeat, minimum amount of energy required by the reacting molecules to enter into the reaction. And class, the energy of A is here. We all know that in the Maxwellian distribution curve we found that maximum have average energy. So the reactant A has average energy. It wants to achieve threshold energy. So the energy required from here to here is called activation energy. So how can we define activation energy? Plus, it is the energy over and above the average energy possessed by reacting molecules to achieve threshold energy. I repeat again, what is activation energy? It is the energy over and above the average energy required by reacting molecules to enter into the reaction. And class, let us complete the graph. See, the energy of A is high, energy of B is your product is less. Why? Because the reaction is exothermic, therefore in due process some energy has been released. Class, this graph is very important. Difference between these two levels gives us delta H, and class delta H is always negative for exothermic reaction. So class, let us have definition of activation energy. Represented as EA. It is energy over and above the average energy possessed by reacting molecules to achieve threshold energy. Threshold energy. So we can say that threshold energy equals to average energy plus activation energy. Class, you know from Maxwellian distribution curve, maximum reacting molecule possess average energy. So if they want to go into the reaction, they must achieve this activation energy. Once they got their activation energy, they will reach threshold energy level and they will enter into the reaction, and the reaction will start at a very fast rate. Till then, they are not achieving activation energy, the reaction will take place at a very slow rate. Class, this was the graph for exothermic. Let us take for endothermic. Same type of graph. Again, A plus B. Here energy is being consumed. Here energy is being released. Energy, progress of reaction. this is your A, this is your B. Again, the energy required to achieve threshold energy is your activation energy here, and the energy difference between A and B will give you delta H, and you all know that in endothermic reaction delta H is positive. So class, I repeat again, what is activation energy? It is energy over and above the average energy possessed by reacting molecules to achieve threshold energy. This was the graph for exothermic. Delta H comes to be negative because in due process the energy has been released. Therefore, the energy of product molecules are lesser than energy of reactant molecules. In the case of endothermic one, since the energy is getting consumed, so the energy of product is higher than energy of reactant, and delta H is always positive. So class, this was all regarding your activation energy and energy changes in the reaction. Now class, we are going to have numerical on Arrhenius equation. The question is, the rate of reaction doubles when temperature of a reaction is increased from 27 degrees centigrade to 37 degrees centigrade. Find EA. What is your EA? E is your activation energy. Class, the question simply says the rate of reaction doubles. It never says rate constant doubles. But in the equation, what we have to write? We have to write rate constant here. So we'll have to do some initial work. How? Let us see. Class, as per Loma expression, we can write rate at any instant is directly proportional to rate constant equals to rate constant multiplied by molar concentration of the reactant. Let us take reactant is A. So let it be R1, K1 and A, and for second rate R2 equals to, you can write K2 and A. But class, what we are going to do, we are going to divide these two equations. K1 will constant will remain same. No, K1, K2. So class, we are not changing the concentration. So it will come like this. In the next step, we can reciprocate it. We can write R2 by R1 equals to K2 by K1. Class, why I mentioned here K1 and K2, I must tell you again, because what we are doing that with increase in temperature, the rate constant is going to change. So in this expression, since there was no mention of temperature, so that's why we have taken two rates. R1 equals to K1 multiplied by molar concentration of A. Similarly, R2 equals to K2 multiplied by molar concentration of A. Since concentration is not changing, so we can very well say R2 by R1 equals to K2 by K1, and this has been given to us 2 by 1. See, the rate of reaction doubles. So R2 equals to twice R1. So similarly, I can write K2 by K1 is also equals to 2 by 1. So I can now put this value directly here. So I can write log K2 by K1 equals to log 2. K2 by K1 equals to log 2 equals to activation energy. We are supposed to calculate 2.03 multiplied by 8.74. Then temperature T2 273 plus 37, that gives you 310, minus 27, that gives you 300, multiplied by 310 multiplied by 300. In the next step, we all know log 2 is 0.30 equals to activation energy multiplied by 10, 2.03 into 8.314 into 310 into 300. 1 0 goes with 1 0. So we are left with activation energy equals to 0.3 into 2.303 into 8.314 into 310 multiplied by 300. But that gives me 534,205 joule. 534,205 joule per mole, and if you divide by 1000, you get 534.205 kg per mole. So this is your answer for numericals based on Arrhenius equation. Class, this step is very important step. Until unless you show this step, you cannot straightaway put the value log 2 here. So try to solve it as per I am telling you. So now our next topic is effect of catalyst on the reaction rate. Effect of catalyst on reaction rate. Class, will make a graph here. Here again energy, progress of reaction. Class, this is the energy level and this is the progress of reaction. This was my threshold energy, uncatalyzed, and this was your catalyzed. Class, just see the peak. What do you find? That the reaction is uncatalyzed one. Very few molecules are possessing threshold energy, therefore very few molecules enter into the reaction. But as soon as the reaction becomes catalyzed one, what we find that the value of threshold energy has been less, and now we will find that the graph is somehow flattened, and if the graph is somehow flattened, it means more number of molecules are now possessing threshold energy, because in surface chemistry you will study that catalyst used to lower down the value of activation energy, and if the value of activation energy is lowered, more number of molecules will be depositing threshold energy, and hence they will enter more into the reaction, and once if they enter more into the reaction rate is definitely going to increase. So class, the above graph was uncatalyzed one, this was catalyzed one. In uncatalyzed one, what do you find at the peak? Very few molecules are possessing threshold energy, but in the case of catalyzed one, the graph has become flattened. More number of molecules are possessing threshold energy, and hence more will enter into the reaction, and therefore the reaction rate will increase. Now class, we'll move to a very important topic called order of reaction. What is the definition? Order of reaction is defined as sum of power of concentration terms in rate law expression. I repeat, order of reaction is defined as sum of power of concentration terms in rate law expression. So class, let us consider a reaction AA plus BB plus CC giving me products. So I am writing the rate law. See, rate, okay class, from law expression you know very well, rate at any instant is directly proportional to product of concentration of the reactants. So what I am doing, I am writing rate law expression here. Rate equals to k a to the power x plus c here, a to the power x, b to the power y, and c to the power z, where x plus y plus z, power of concentration terms, is your order of reaction. Class, in the next step, this x plus y plus z may be equal or may not be equal to a plus b plus c, which you used to write in your Loma expressions. In Loma expression, we just used to put the stoichiometry of the balanced chemical equation, but order of reaction is always determined experimentally. During writing Loma expression, you simply used to write the stoichiometry coefficient as powers, but in rate law expression, since it is being determined experimentally, the value may be same or the value may change. Class, order of reaction may be 0, first order, second order. In your syllabus, you have only 2 orders, that is your 0 order and first order. So after understanding the definition of order of reaction, now class will move to rate integrated law for various orders. Rate integrated law. Focus on the term integrated law. Integrated means what? It includes everything, whatever is happening during the course of the reaction. And we all know as the time progresses, reactant is changing into product, so concentration of reactant goes on decreasing. If concentration of reactant goes on decreasing, then rate will also goes on decreasing. So the rate is never constant, and since the rate is never constant, therefore for finding rate at a particular time, we require integrated law, which integrates everything, all the factors taking part there. So class, for 0 order, we'll take up that concentration at time t was n, where we are going to find out the rate, and concentration at time 0 was n0. So as per the rate law expression, we can write rate is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant at that instant raised to the power. So the example is 0 order. So I am writing minus dN by dt. What is n? Molar concentration of the reactant at time t. So minus dN by dt directly proportional to molar concentration of n to the power 0. This we are getting from rate law expression. And since we are undergoing 0 order reaction, so I put the value 0 here, because you know very well that order is the power of concentration term. In the next step, I just opened it, minus dN by dt equals to k0 n to the power 0. K0 is your 0 order rate constant. Class, we know anything to the power 0 is 1. So in the next step, it becomes minus dN equal to k0 dt. Integrating both the sides, minus dN equal to k0 dt. Then when we open it, we get minus n equals to k0 t plus c. C is your integration constant. Class, biology student will find it little bit difficult because it is rate integrated law. No problem. CBSE understood everything. That's why this derivation is never asked in any board examination. But since we have to study it, therefore this is being taught to you. You know that everything about 0 order as well as first order. You'll have to, biology students will have to remember these steps, but please be rest assured that they are not going to be asked in your board examination, neither in your school examination. So class, we get the value minus n equals to k0 t plus c, where c is your integration constant. But at t equals to 0, class, remember concentration was n0. Concentration at time 0 was n0. So putting the value of t here, if we put the value of t here, this factor that is 0, this factor becomes 0, and c will be equal to minus n0, not n, because at time t0 the concentration was n0, so integration constant will be minus n0. Now we are putting this value here in the next step. So what we get, minus n equal to k0 t. In place of plus c, we are going to put this value minus n0. Take n0 here, so you get final value n0 minus n upon t equals to k0, and this is your 0 order rate expression. Very, very important. Now class, we'll move to rate integrated law for first order. Just now we have revised zero order. Now we are going to take rate integrated law for first order. Similarly, we are going to have the derivation minus dn by dt directly proportional to n to the power 1 because it's a first order. Next step, minus dn by dt will be equal to k1 multiplied by n. Next step, bring n here and take dt here. So we get minus dn by n equals to k1 dt. Again integrate in both the sides. Sign of integration minus dn by n equals to k1 dt. When we open it, we get minus natural log n. ln is your natural log minus ln n equals to k1t plus c. What is c? C is again your integration constant. Integration constant. And at t equals to 0, class, remember concentration at time t was n, concentration at time 0 was n0. So putting the value of t in 1. So if I put the value here t 0, so this entire thing becomes 0 and c will be equal to minus ln n0, not n. Why? Because at t barabar 0 concentration was n0. So we got the value of integration constant minus ln n0. Now we are going to put this value in equation 1. So minus ln n equals to k1t, and in place of c we are going to write minus ln n0. Next step, bring it here, ln n0 minus ln n equals to k1t. Next step, in log, this thing is subtract, we can be dividing it, so we can write ln n0 by n equals to k1t. And we all know that if we convert natural log into log base 10, we get 2.303 log n0 by n, 2.303 log n0 by n, t comes here, k1 here. So class, this becomes your expression for first order rate kinetics. Very, very important formula. So k1 equals to 2.03 upon t log n0 by n gives you the expression for first order rate kinetics. Now class, one more thing we should study here. What is that? Half-life period, denoted by T half. What is the definition? Definition is time required by substance to reduce to half of its original value. Reduce to half of its original value. So class, at t barabar 0, at t equals to 0, concentration was n0, but at t half, concentration will become half. So n0 was the initial concentration, at t half it will become n0 by 2. So the putting value of these in first order rate kinetics, class, this was the expression 2.03 upon t log n0 by n equals to k1 or k. So 2.03, in place of t we are going to write t half, log n0 remains here, and in place of n at t half the concentration is what? Concentration is n0 by 2. So I put up here n0 by 2. So n0 and 0 get cancelled, 2 goes up. So what we are getting, 2.03 upon t half log 2 equals to k. Okay, make it more particular, k1, k1. In the next step, put the value of log 2.03, sorry, 0.30. So 2.03 multiplied by 0.30 upon t half. Class, remember this value, 0.693 upon t half. So class, the relation between first order rate constant and t half is k1 equal to 0.693 upon t half. So class, now we are going to solve numericals on first order rate kinetics.